Hey, Melissa.
Hey, Amy.
So we have a very special guest, and oddly enough, she knows both of us in different ways. So go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody.
I do know both of you. I'm Katrina Miller, and I'm a Calc QI, and I train teachers in the MTA dyslexia program. And I go way back with y'all because I taught in the same district with Melissa.
Yes, years
and
ago.
So years and years ago. And then Amy and I were both trainers together back during COVID.
During COVID, that
Yeah.
was a whole thing.
That, yeah, that's a good way of putting it. A whole thing. Yeah, just when we think it couldn't get worse, oh, here comes COVID. So we survived it, though.
Right.
And not only survived, we made it look good.
Yeah, we did. We
did.
We glamorized it.
You know
Made it
what's
pretty.
exciting is I think about how we were back when we worked together probably, 15 years ago?
Yeah.
And how each of us have changed so much
Yeah.
to come to this role that we're in now. And you're independent, I'm independent, Amy's independent. We're all just so different now, but yet we all started the same.
Yeah, it's really funny, the growth. And it's, I say that my favorite joke is, how do you make God laugh? Tell him your plans.
Yep.
I would have never have dreamed in a million years that I would be where I am today doing what I'm doing. But it was, just a series of things that starts happening. And then this door of opportunity opens and this door.
Yep.
And I am so loving my life and I'm loving what I'm doing. It's hard work. I know what y'all do is hard work. But we also know that we're making an impact on kids' lives, and we're changing the trajectory of their lives by what we're doing. And that and some coffee from Tom helps get me out of bed every morning.
Well, I was telling somebody, because it's so different. My husband and I, we comment all the time. Would you have ever thought 5 years ago, this is where you'd be, this is what you'd be doing? No, never, ever, ever. But it's been great. And the hard work, it's self-imposed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because you want to do it, because you have that passion for it. And it's that passion that drives us because we know the significant impact that we're having. And it was so difficult for me to leave the classroom because I'm like, no, it's my kids and I'm making a difference in their life and I'm making things possible for them that might not have been possible otherwise. But then it's like, okay, I can't do everything that I'm doing. And my mom needed a lot more help. And so, and I was training for Ruth Ann Jewell, the fabulous, famous Ruth Ann Jewell.
Yep.
I was her assistant for many years. And she's like, aren't you ready to retire yet? I'm like, no. And then I'm like, oh, I got to take care of my mom. My mom's eyesight just keeps getting worse and worse and stuff. And it finally got to the point to where I'm either going to be taking a lot of FMLA, which is not going to be fair to the kids or the other teachers or anybody else, or I have to take care of my mom. It's just, it is what it is. And so then suddenly, boom, here we go. And so it's amazing. And it's quite an interesting little journey.
So what are you doing exactly? I know you said you're training teachers. Is that in your independent practice? Or?
Yes. And so the KME dyslexia training program. And so we offer 3 tiers of training because, now that we are in Texas officially under the SPED umbrella, we're having more and more kids that are identified, but we still have to make differentiation in our groups. And that's getting very difficult with the existing staff that we had. And so there's a lot of schools that are like, okay, we need more people trained, but they're not going to be doing this full time.
Right.
So I offer that base training. That's one of the things that I love about MTA, the flexibility of it, but also that we can do basic training. And so we can get those in for those teachers that they may be taking 1 or 2 sections of dyslexia kiddos. And of course, then they're going to work with the CALTs that are on their campus. But then I have the teachers that are going all the way through for CALP or CALT, and I have a new batch of QIs that are starting in June. So I'm so excited for them. And so that's very, very exciting. So I'm doing that. And then, of course, I'm also, on top of the MTA program, I'm also supplementing with Ruth Ann Jewell's fabulous curriculum.
Yes.
And so, because she has her grammar program, which is multi-sensory and very hands-on and color-coded. And, for the, baby Katrinas, because I think of what a hot mess I was as a kid. And I wasn't even dyslexic. I was just a hot mess. I'm sure executive function disorder and ADHD and, all of the little comorbid things. But not dyslexia. I read early and often. But I couldn't diagram a sentence to save my life.
Yeah.
Now, if you asked, I could have told you every single part of speech, but I couldn't get it on those little lines. It was too abstract for me. So I love her program for that. So when she retired, I took that on and I'm continuing publishing it. And so the teachers that go for CALT, that is included in the cost of training. And then they
Nice.
also get her concrete
Wow.
strategies book. And
Nice.
so it's awesome. And I love that I'm keeping her legend
Yeah,
out there,
yeah.
and I get to talk to her and say, no, you're famous still, Ruth Ann.
Do you
Yes.
offer the grammar and the concrete comprehension as a standalone, or is it only with CALT?
Nope, I sell it separately, and if they want me to come in for training on them, but if they're like, no, we got this, we just want to buy the curriculum, great, here you go, but I can go train them on it, or if they want to do it as part of the broader license.
Nice.
And so doing all of that. And I was telling you earlier that Tom and I, because he's my partner in crime, or as we like to say, the other half of my brain, it took both of us to make one good parent, because we're like, kids all with something going on, something a little extra. And so we're finally like, you know what? It's time for us to do it. We are in the process of writing a book about our journey, because I'm like, yeah, we're dyslexia experts, right? But then when okay, but I'm not really that much of an expert. People are like, you got to write a book. I'm not writing a book. No. And I'm like, okay, no, I do have to write a book, and it's going to be about our journey as a family, because Tom is dyslexic back from a day when they just yelled it louder at you.
Yeah.
And so he was never really remediated until now. He's set through 100 different MTA classes.
Now he's good to go.
Yeah. So, he's my timekeeper over there going, you have 5 minutes till break. Don't skip it. And the teacher's like, we love Tom.
I just have to know, I have one question. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, good.
Is Tom the cookie maker?
No, because everybody's like, come on, you took over for Ruth Ann. Max always made cookies. You've got to start making cookies, but he is not a baker.
Oh my
I know. Wouldn't that be perfect?
That would be awesome.
Yeah. He has big shoes to fill, and he's not doing a good job on it. No, he is, because he keeps me on time.
Yeah, well, that's good.
At
least there's that.
Yes, and keeps the Zoom running. So
Yeah.
gets the table set up and the coffee. Oh yes,
There you
all the
go.
things.
Good job, Tom.
What is your book going to be called?
Well, our working title right now is Fearfully and Wonderfully Made, because we think so often that, oh, something's wrong with me, something's wrong with my kids, and it's like, no. We were created the way that we were for a reason. And I very, very strongly believe that our purpose in life is not going to be in spite of the way that we have been made, but because of it. And so I know like I said, I'm a hot mess, but I feel like that hot mess can be parlayed into something beautiful. Tom is dyslexic, but it has given him this big passion for helping these kids and helping me. And so when things get tough, we know that that's there. And so when our oldest was diagnosed with, okay, get this, I got to do the 5 hands, and I know people can't see it, but it's dyslexia, dysgraphia, ADHD inattentive type, sensory integration disorder, and generalized anxiety disorder with phobic behavior. So that's our oldest, who's now 29 and a college graduate now.
Nice.
And so, it took her longer. She was on the decade plan like her daddy, but it is what it is. And then we have our son who's 26, and he's on the autism spectrum. And then we had that one kid who was going to be our neurotypical, and she's going to hate me for this. We can't let her hear this. I would refer to her as cheerleader Barbie. Okay, she's my type A. She's going to take over the world one day.
Yeah.
And so she doesn't like that, but I'm like, but you're perky, anyway, so, and outgoing. But she's like, yeah, she had a little bit of the ADHD, but, the teacher's like, oh, no, she's fine. And then she gets into college, and she's like, Mom, you knew I was ADHD. Why did you never put me on medication? Well, because your teacher said you were fine.
Yeah.
And I was comparing you next to brother and sister. You looked good to me,
Yeah.
But then senior year in high school, she ends up in ICU with type 1 diabetes. So we have been through the wars.
Right.
And it's like, but we've come out on the other side, and we can see that all of it is a purpose.
Yeah.
And I want to give hope to those other parents that are going through this, and to know that they're not alone. that there are people that they can reach out for help for. And there are dyslexia teachers that love these kids and want the best for them. And we can see the best in them. And we're going to be their cheerleaders, and we're
Yeah.
going to get them through to that next level, because this is not, oh, well, these kids can't do anything. No, no, no. They can do everything that everybody else can do. It may look a little different getting there.
I love the title of your book. I think that's
Aw.
just a really, I hope it's not the working title. I hope it's the
Oh,
real
yeah.
title. I think
It
wonderful.
spoke to me very, very strongly.
And a couple of other points I was thinking of. We too have a 26-year-old on the autism spectrum. We should have play dates. And what was the other thing? There's something else I was going to make a comparison to. Now I can't remember, but it's nice hearing the similarities, and,
Yeah.
and I love hearing the podcast, because not only do we all three know each other in different ways, but hearing all these little personal things, it just makes me feel closer to
Yeah.
you. I love
Well,
that.
and we are a community, and we support each other, and we lift each other up. And that's, I get so excited getting to come to ALTA, because I'm like, I'm with my people.
Yes.
And to feel that, and to feel that support, and to trade these ideas, and to build everybody up. And it's like, because we're doing amazing stuff out there
Yeah.
for these kiddos.
Yeah,
And
for
we all
sure.
get to learn from each other.
Yes. It never stops.
Right, right.
Never stops. It's like every time I come to something, I've got another little nugget, another little jewel, another little piece that I'm like, oh, yeah. And sometimes it's a confirmation that I needed of something. And other times it's something completely new, but it's also constantly transforming we do.
And
Yeah.
I will say your kids are probably going to listen to the podcast, because ours have never a day in their life. I'll say, hey, I was talking about you. I'm not going to listen. Okay, well, I'm just going to say whatever I want. So, well, thank you
Well,
for
this
coming
is
on
fun.
board.
Oh,
This
thank
was
you so
great.
much. This is great. And I love what y'all are doing. And because I know it's reaching people and letting them feel that, you know what, hey, we're normal.
Yes.
Or, well, normal is a
Normal.
setting on the washer and dryer, So, but
Well,
it's
we're-
like it's okay.
Yeah. Oh, I
And we're all
agree.
here to help each other.
Yes, we are.
Aw. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you all so
Thank
much for
you.
having us. Y'all take care.
Bye.
Bye.